All right, Cancer, let's get into your reading. So, the energy that I have for you today is this, and it is coming in strong. Somebody finally got the push they needed, and it came from someone close who told the truth. A friend looked them in the eye and said what needed to be said, and something clicked inside. Let us go ahead and get into it because the cards confirm this person is done hiding. They received that nudge, they absorbed it, and now their entire energy has shifted toward you. The connection between you and this person has been building quietly, and it has reached a turning point. What was once silent is now preparing to become spoken, and the timing of it feels urgent. Their heart has been full for a while, but it took someone on the outside to remind them. That friend saw what they were doing, watched them hesitate, and finally said, "Enough is enough." Now here they are, standing on the edge of a confession that has been long overdue. The first card I have for you is the Fool, and it confirms a brave leap straight ahead. The Fool shows someone stepping into the unknown with nothing but raw emotion and sheer determination. This person has decided something real, that the fear of losing you outweighs the fear of honesty. Something broke open inside them after that conversation, and now there is no putting it back together. The Fool tells me they are about to do something wild, completely out of character for them. They are going to be vulnerable in a way they have never allowed themselves to be before. That friend gave them the mirror they needed, and what they saw was someone wasting precious time. The Fool confirms that this leap is genuine, unscripted, and driven by a love they cannot deny. They are not approaching you with a plan or a strategy, they are approaching with an open chest. Every wall they built to protect themselves has started crumbling, and they are letting it happen. The Fool carries that energy of surrender, the kind where someone stops fighting what they feel. We also have the Three of Cups, and this card reveals exactly where the push came from. The Three of Cups shows a close friend, someone who knows this person's heart better than most. That friend watched them struggle in silence, saw the way they changed around you, and spoke up. The conversation was not harsh, it was honest, and it landed somewhere deep inside their chest. The Three of Cups tells me this friend said something direct, like you will regret not telling them. Those words echoed through them for days, bouncing off every excuse they had built to stay quiet. What makes this powerful is that the advice came from someone they trust, completely and without question. The Three of Cups confirms this was not random encouragement, it was a direct emotional intervention. Their friend saw the love before they were ready to admit it and called it out with honesty. That moment became the catalyst, and since then, this person's energy has been locked onto one thing. The Three of Cups shows community and truth, a circle of support that pushed them toward courage. Following that, we see the King of Wands, and this card shows the fire ignited inside them. The King of Wands reveals someone who has found their confidence, their voice, and their direction. They are no longer the person sitting in the corner overthinking, they are preparing to take command. The King of Wands tells me their energy has shifted from passive to bold, almost overnight. That friend lit a match, and the King of Wands confirms that the flame is now fully burning. They feel empowered in a way they have not felt before, and that power is aimed at you. This card shows someone who is ready to lead with their heart, loud and unafraid and certain. The King of Wands confirms passion with direction, someone moving toward you with fire and full intention. Their readiness is not performative. It is backed by months of feeling and one pivotal conversation. So, yes, their friend said, just do it. And now they are fully prepared to pour everything out. This reading confirms a person who has made up their mind and a confession aimed directly at you. What began as a quiet feeling has become an unstoppable force, and you are standing in its path. Everything the cards show confirms that a confession is coming, and it is coming directly for you. So let us shift the focus entirely onto you now, because your energy in this reading is powerful. You have been carrying something in your chest lately, a sense that something is about to change. It is not nervousness, it is more like anticipation, the kind your body feels before your mind does. Your intuition has been whispering to you for weeks, telling you that someone is circling closer. You may not have proof yet, but deep inside your spirit, you already know something is shifting. A readiness has been building inside you quietly, growing in places you have not fully looked at yet. You have been softening without realizing it, opening in places that used to feel completely guarded. The next card coming through is Temperance, and it speaks to where you stand emotionally right now. Temperance shows someone in perfect emotional balance, grounded and patient, and quietly aligned with love. You have reached a place where you are no longer chasing or forcing, you are just present. That stillness inside you is not emptiness, it is peace, and it took a long time to arrive. Temperance tells me you have done the inner work, and you carry that maturity in your energy. You are not the same person you were a year ago, and that growth shows in everything. The way you hold yourself now is different, calmer, and more certain of what you actually deserve. You have earned this version of yourself, and the peace you carry inside is proof of that journey. Temperance confirms that your emotional foundation is solid, and you are prepared to receive what comes. You are standing in your truth without needing outside validation, and that strength is deeply magnetic. Your patience has not been passive, it has been purposeful, and the cards recognize that discipline. A quiet confidence lives in your spirit, one that naturally draws the right things toward you. We also have the Empress, and this card reflects your emotional richness in the most beautiful way. The Empress shows someone whose warmth radiates outward, filling every room and every conversation they enter. You carry a nurturing quality that people feel immediately, and it makes them want to stay close. Your emotional generosity is rare, and the Empress tells me it has only deepened over time. You have learned how to love without losing yourself, and that balance is something most never find. The Empress confirms that you are in full bloom, emotionally open and radiantly self assured. There is a beauty in how you hold space for others, welcoming without forcing, always with grace. The Empress sees you as someone whose love language is presence, showing up fully wherever you are. You do not perform affection, you embody it. And that authenticity draws people into your orbit. Your heart has expanded in ways you may not recognize, but the cards see every layer of it. The Empress reflects someone who has stopped shrinking for comfort and started owning their full light. Then we have the Four of Wands, and this card reveals the emotional stability you have cultivated. The Four of Wands shows a strong inner foundation, one built on self-respect and emotional clarity. You have created a life that feels safe, and you are ready to let someone walk into it. The Four of Wands tells me you seek partnership, not rescue, and your standards reflect that truth. Your expectations are grounded, and you carry them without apology or any second guessing of yourself. You have built something beautiful inside your world, and you know what kind of love belongs within it. The Four of Wands confirms that your emotional home is prepared. The door is open, the space warm. You are not anxious about love arriving. You are calm about it because you trust the timing. Your energy is settled and inviting, the kind that says, come in whenever you feel ready to. The Four of Wands sees you in a place of wholeness, complete before anyone else even shows up. Everything about your emotional posture tells the cards you are ready, grounded and wide open. You have done the healing and the waiting, and now your heart is in position to receive. Your presence alone tells a powerful story of someone who. Now, let us go deeper into what has been happening inside this person because their world is heavy. Before that friend ever spoke up, this person was already drowning in what they felt for you. They walked around every day pretending to be fine while their heart was screaming something different. The love they carry has been sitting inside them like a stone, beautiful but unbearably heavy to hold. Every interaction with you made it worse, because being near you only deepened what they could not say. Their silence was never about a lack of feeling, it was about having too much of it. They were terrified that the moment they opened their mouth, everything would come flooding out at once. That fear kept them frozen in place, smiling at you while their insides were on fire with longing. Their friends saw through it before anyone else did, because the signs were impossible to miss. The first card here is the High Priestess, and it reveals the depth of their secrecy. The High Priestess shows someone who has been guarding every emotion with almost sacred level care. They buried their feelings beneath layers of composure, making sure nobody could see what lived underneath. Their inner world is rich and complex, filled with thoughts about you that they revisit constantly. The High Priestess tells me this person has an intuitive bond with you, one that goes beyond words. They feel you energetically, sensing your moods and your presence in ways that confuse even them. Their silence was a conscious choice, driven by the belief that protecting the bond mattered more than confessing. The High Priestess confirms that their emotional intelligence runs deep, and so does their fear of exposure. They knew exactly what they felt from the beginning, but they chose to watch from a safe distance. Inside their mind, They cataloged every smile you gave them, every look that lasted a second too long. The high priestess paints a picture of someone who processes love internally, never externally or out loud. We also have the Five of Cups, and this card exposes the grief eating at them from within. The Five of Cups shows regret, a deep sadness over the time they have already wasted in silence. They look back at moments where they could have spoken up, and each one stings like a wound. Their friend's words hit hard because they confirmed what this person already feared: losing time. The Five of Cups tells me they mourn a version of events, one that never got to happen. They grieve the conversations they never started, the closeness they never allowed, and the chances they let pass. That grief is not dramatic or visible. It sits quietly in their chest like a dull, constant ache. The Five of Cups confirms that their pain is real, and it has fueled the silence all along. They are angry at themselves for waiting, and that frustration is what finally made the friend's words land. Something about hearing it spoken out loud by someone else made their silence finally unbearable. The Five of Cups reveals someone punishing themselves for being too afraid to love openly. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles, and this card shows how this person processes everything they feel. The Knight of Pentacles reveals someone who moves slowly, not from indifference, but from overwhelming caution. They are the kind of person who rehearses feelings before expressing them, needing certainty before they speak. Their love for you has been methodical, building brick by brick inside a heart that trusts nothing easily. The Knight of Pentacles tells me they have been preparing for this longer than anyone realizes. Every detail matters to them, and they have been studying the connection between you with quiet precision. Their motives are pure, grounded in a desire to offer you something real and not just empty words. The Knight of Pentacles confirms a love that is patient, loyal, and built entirely on genuine intention. They do not love carelessly. They love with a weight and a purpose that most people never understand. Their friend recognized that this careful nature had crossed into paralysis, and that is why they intervened. Inside this person lives a devotion so steady and certain, it has reshaped how they see the world. What drives them is not impulse or infatuation. It is grounded and enduring love, aimed at you. Their inner world is a cathedral of unspoken feeling, and every wall inside it bears your name. The depth of what they carry would take your breath, and the cards can. Okay, now let us talk about what is actually happening, because real movement is underway. This person has already started taking steps, and the cards confirm that action is no longer a maybe. Their friend's words flipped a switch, and since that conversation, their behavior has changed noticeably. They are making moves that they have never made before, and each one brings them closer to you. The hesitation that once controlled them has been replaced by something decisive and fully intentional. You will start seeing signs of this shift very soon, small changes that carry enormous meaning. They are going to create a moment between you, one that feels natural but is carefully constructed. The next card here is the Ace of Wands, and it confirms a burst of bold, new energy. The Ace of Wands shows the spark of action, a sudden ignition that sends everything into motion. This person has found the courage to move, and that courage is burning hotter with every passing day. They are going to initiate contact in a way that feels fresh, direct, and impossible to misread. The Ace of Wands tells me they have started planning, mapping out exactly how to approach you. Their approach will not be vague or ambiguous. It will carry the kind of clarity that demands attention. You will notice a shift in their communication, something more forward and more intentional than before. The Ace of Wands confirms that the first move is imminent and it will come with unmistakable energy. They are done rehearsing and done asking for advice. They are ready to just act on it. This card carries fire and momentum, and the person behind it has stopped asking permission to move. The Ace of Wands confirms that their energy has fully committed to forward motion with no looking back. We also have the Six of Wands, and this card reveals the confidence fueling their next step. The Six of Wands shows someone who has overcome their internal battle and is now marching forward. They feel victorious already, as though the decision itself was the hardest part, and it is behind them. Their posture has changed, and their tone has shifted, and the people around them have noticed it. The Six of Wands tells me they will approach you from a place of strength, not desperation. A boldness is building in how they carry themselves, and it will be visible when they reach you. Their confidence is not arrogance, it is the result of finally choosing to honor what they feel. The Six of Wands confirms that their approach will feel triumphant, like someone arriving, not begging. They want to meet you standing tall, offering their truth without shrinking or second guessing themselves. You will feel their energy shift the moment it happens, because it will carry a weight you recognize. The Six of Wands paints a picture of someone striding toward you with purpose, clarity, and full resolve. Their next step will feel different from anything that came before, because this time they mean it. Following that, we see the Magician, and this card shows the precision behind their coming action. The Magician reveals someone aligning every resource, every detail, and every tool to make this moment count. They are not leaving anything to chance. Every word and gesture will be chosen with full intention. The Magician tells me they will orchestrate this moment with surprising focus and deliberate composure. They want you to feel the sincerity behind what they say, and they are crafting it all carefully. Their plan involves creating space where you two can be alone, without distraction or outside pressure. The Magician confirms that timing, setting, and readiness are all being pulled together as we speak. This is not a spur of the moment outburst. It is a carefully assembled act of emotional bravery. They are going to look you in the eye and they will say exactly what they mean. The Magician shows mastery over the moment, someone who has gathered their tools and is ready to build. The action coming your way is deliberate, planned, and fueled by months of feeling and one pivotal push. Their friend gave them the spark, and the cards gave confirmation, and now they are coming for you. Everything is aligned, and what is about to unfold will feel like the start of something real. Movement is locked in, the steps are being taken, and nothing about what is coming is theoretical. So let us pull back the curtain on what this person would confess if nothing held them back. There are words trapped inside them that would shake you, words they have practiced alone in the dark. The confession they carry is not small. It is layered and raw and years in the making. What they want to tell you goes beyond attraction. It reaches into something permanent and life-altering. Their deepest hidden truth is that they see you as the person they want to build life with. They would tell you that every moment with you feels like arriving home after a very long absence. Their confession begins with how you changed them, how knowing you made them want to become better. They would say, loving you in silence has been, without question, the hardest thing they ever endured. The first card here is the Lovers, and it reveals the core of what they have been hiding. The Lovers shows a bond that goes beyond surface chemistry, something rooted in soul level recognition. Their confession is that they feel chosen by you energetically, even though you never said a word. They believe you two are meant for each other, and that belief terrifies as much as it comforts. The Lovers tells me they have been suppressing a desire, one to merge their entire world with yours. They want morning routines together, quiet evenings together, and the kind of closeness that never fades. What they hide is not just love, it is a complete vision of a shared future, built alone. The Lovers confirms that their confession carries the weight of a promise, not just a passing feeling. They would tell you no one else has ever made them feel this certainty, not even close. Their hidden words include something specific, like, you are the only person who ever made me feel seen. The Lovers reveals their desire for you is emotional, spiritual, and deeper than anything physical. We also have the Nine of Cups, and this card opens the vault of their most private wishes. The Nine of Cups shows a heart overflowing with dreams, each one centered entirely around you. They wish they could tell you, with no walls between you, how often they imagine your laugh. Their secret desires include the smallest things, holding your hand during a movie or cooking you breakfast. The Nine of Cups tells me their wish list is tender, intimate, and built on genuine partnership. They dream about being the one who knows your coffee order, your fears, and your deepest silence. What they want is not grand or dramatic. It is the quiet architecture of a shared daily life. The Nine of Cups confirms that their desires are grounded in real love, not fantasy or obsession. They wish they could admit to you, openly and without shame, that you are their emotional center. Their confession would include admitting that they talk about you constantly, even when trying not to. The Nine of Cups reveals someone whose deepest wish is permission, just permission to love you openly. Then we have the Queen of Swords, and this card shows the confession they protect most fiercely. The Queen of Swords reveals a hidden vulnerability, the fear that their love is too intense to receive. They worry that if you saw the full scope of what they feel, it might overwhelm you. Their guarded confession is that they have cried over you, alone and in silence, more than once. The Queen of Swords confirms they are terrified, afraid of being perceived as too much or too little. They would confess that they measure every word around you, afraid of revealing too much too soon. What they guard most is the scope of their attachment, because it makes them feel completely exposed. The Queen of Swords confirms a confession wrapped in armor, shared only when it finally feels safe. They want to tell you their feelings are not new. They have been here longer than you know. Their hidden truth includes the admission that they compare everyone to you and nobody comes close. They would say losing you without confessing would be the single greatest regret of their entire life. Every confession they hold is drenched in sincerity, and the weight of it finally pushed them forward. Their friend saw the confession before they were ready and named it so they could not hide. What lives beneath their composure is a love so complete it has rewritten who they are inside. The cards confirm that their hidden truth is sacred, specific, and aimed entirely and only at you. Now, let us bring this reading to its close, because the near future is looking incredibly bright. The next card here is the World, and it confirms that a full cycle of waiting is ending. The World shows completion, the moment where everything that was building in the dark steps into light. Within the coming days, this person will follow through on the decision their friend pushed forward. Their confession will arrive sooner than you expect, and when it does, it will feel like a release. The World tells me the outcome of this connection is one of wholeness, alignment, and mutual recognition. You will feel a shift in the energy between you, something that settles into place like it belongs. What has been circling between you for months will finally land, and it will land with full clarity. We also have the Ten of Pentacles, and this card shows where the connection is ultimately heading. The Ten of Pentacles shows long-term stability, a love that is meant to last and grow deeper. What is forming between you and this person has the foundation to become something genuinely permanent. The Ten of Pentacles confirms their love is not seasonal. It is built for the long road ahead. The near future holds a conversation, one that will change the shape of your relationship with them. These two cards together paint a picture of real partnership, rooted in devotion and shared commitment. What waits on the other side of their confession is lasting, meaningful, and grounded in something true. The future these cards show is not uncertain. It is clear and warm and full of genuine promise. Now, here is my advice to you, and I want you to carry these words beyond this reading. When they come to you with their truth, listen with your whole body and not just your ears. Do not interrupt what they are trying to say, because getting these words out will take everything. Let them be messy if they need to be, because raw honesty is more valuable than polished delivery. Respond with your heart and not your defenses, because this person risked everything to reach you. Do not punish their timing, even if part of you wishes they had spoken sooner than they did. Honor the courage it took them to arrive at this moment, and meet them with openness, not judgment. Trust what your body tells you in that moment, because your intuition already knows what is real. You deserve the kind of love that walks toward you openly, and that is exactly